were talking about those last chords on Knopfler's solo, and we were putting the notes on top of that, talking about where he was playing from. So during this series of behind the scenes that I've been doing with all the different guitar players, we started out like I believe was Jimmy Page. We went on to Jeff Beck. We did Santana. We did Joe Satriani. We also did David Gilmour, and of course Mark Knopler. But what I want to do this time, and maybe even for the next week as well, I want to just stay on the chords themselves and expound on the chords. So there's a lot you can do with the chords, and one guy I haven't really talked about too much is Jimi Hendrix. He colorated chords like crazy. He just made so much beautiful sound and qualities by taking chords and playing notes that exist in the chords themselves or in the scales that the chords lie on top of. Simple like minor scales, major pentatonic scales, things like that, even some blues. So today I want to talk about the chords themselves. I'm going to briefly go through the Sultans and Swings, this last chord progression I just played. So the last chords are D minor, C, B flat. I'm going to throw out all the root notes. I'm going to play only the 4th string, 3rd string, and 2nd string. So it's like a baby A minor up on D minor. These two chords, I should say, is a C to a B flat. So I'm just playing, once again, the 4th, 3rd, and 2nd strings. And then, after he does this, like, what is that, right? Well, if you take these notes and you add this little finger on right there on the 5th string, it becomes an F root note. It's an F chord. Where does this come from? A lot of folks don't realize if you walk this down and fall off the fretboard, it's a C chord. So once you move up the C chord, you got to cover the open strings. So it's an F chord. So he goes, and then another F chord to C chord. It's the F up here. Get rid of the root note. Just play the top 3 strings. Think of a C bar chord. Play the inside strings again, 4, 3, 2. So talk about string tone, which I had started with a long time ago. It's string tone. String tone time. So F, C, F, C. And you go, how cool is that? So the different locations just gives it a different quality to itself. So I want to expound on these simple chords for today. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the simple 5th string bar chord, and I'm going to start talking about Jimi Hendrix, which I haven't talked about much at all. He was such an innovator to his chord playing back in that day. I mean, guys were just playing simple bar chords, and when he started throwing all these extra notes and colors, and everyone was like, "What is this guy doing? Where's it? Where's it coming from?" So he really set the tone for chord playing in the rock world. So in essence, what I'm going to do is to take this 5-string bar chord. I'm going to just flip it on the fretboard. So you have this. The root slides up to what we would be calling the E note of the C chord, which is the major 3rd of the chord. Because if you put your little finger on the 6th string, you have this C chord played this way. 6th string, 5 string, then this sound. And you go, whoa, that's really nice. That's a different sound. So, but what Hendrix did by flipping this chord, he got that hammer on just like in Wind Cries Mary. The chord is E flat to E, F. Then you stay here and flip the E flat, do your hammer on, E chord, F chord. Look at how cool that is, just from that simple flipping the chord over with the major 3rd in the bottom. So come back to the C, I'll flip it again, and then you start saying to yourself, well, wait, if I'm playing a C chord here, isn't the C major pentatonic scale right there? Yes, it is. So what did Hendrix do? Did all that beautiful hammer-on pull-offs right over that C chord, because the C major pentatonic scale lies right there. Come on, how cool is that? So he's just adding, you can take your third finger off and use it on the third string, fourth string, fifth string, and then resolve to that root note. Just coming right from the pentatonic. Hit a couple strings. And then it's just beautiful. Now, what is C's relative minor? Walk it down to A minor, of course it is. So when you play an A minor 7 chord, hello, what do you got? The same thing. So Hendrix started a lot of that and brought it into his songs, where he was just filling up space with gorgeous, beautiful notes. Because a lot of it is just simple major pentatonic and simple minor pentatonic. So in the meantime, have fun with them. I'll see you next time.